Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to the daily market analysis webinar. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Hello, Bobby. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Right, so let's get started. I've got Euro US dollar open. The analysis for this week is just to look for pullbacks in continuation patterns. So let's have a look here. Euro US dollar, we know that we are looking for that wave 5 to come and play out here. That's the wave 5, just a reminder, just recap quickly. That's that wave 5 that we're looking at. You can see my labeling on the weekly that I'm looking for a wave 5 there. Okay, so that is the alternative. So let's see what happens when we get to this here. So the lower boundary of this, that will possibly be the wave 5, and then we expect a pullback. It does not have to be a zigzag, it can be a structure like this. Remember, with the if you look at this, there has not been any deep correction since the move started, so we expect a deeper corrective structure from there. Okay, so let's see how that goes. For now, you're looking for at least to come down here as close as possible to parity. You can actually just target parity. Yes, I'm exactly at parity at 1. No, it's actually not parity, it's 1.1. Remember, your wave 5 can actually break below the boundary here, so you may get to 1. We may get to that 1 over there. But the 1 is actually very far for this to play out. It's diagonal, because 1 is here. Yeah, so 1 is way too far for now. We're still over 1,000 pips actually from here, guys. So let's see what we get. So it's still 1,000 pips to parity, so still very far. But for now, we're looking for a drop from that level. Expected drop there. Corrective structure. And continuation pattern to the downside. It may pull back, may make a deeper pullback, because here it looks like it's a 5-wave move. So let's see what we're gonna get here. But whatever pullback we get here, it will continue to the downside. Okay, so that is Euro US dollar, US dollar CAD. US dollar CAD, you still want it to go down to the blue box. Will it get there? Let's see. On the daily, it is crawling down there. So if it starts slowing down there, that's even better. We'll see what happens in the blue box. We'll expect a bounce from there. Let's see what happens in the blue box. That's just like CAD on the daily. You're just looking for it to get to 1.2971. That is where the blue box is. US dollar chief, opposite of what the euro is doing. Look for it to push higher as you look for the euro to push lower. Let's look in the 4-hour. 4-hour. You're looking for this to correct here and push higher. Same way that that the euro is correcting for a move down. Euro is correcting for this move. Just the opposite between US dollar chief and euro US dollar. Pound US dollar. What more can I say about the pound pace? You just look for continuation patterns. If you get another one, you take it. Risky after this big move, because at some point you're going to need to get, a deeper corrective structure. Let's look at this on the daily. Where the trend is down, very clearly down here. So we've got an ABC structure here. I have posted a long-term chart on this one. You can check it pinned under pound US dollar. So a daily chart will be valid for quite some time. So we're looking for this to make a possible ending diagonal here before any sort of pullback. So let's see here. If this is our wave 4, starting with the pulsing move, at some point we may start doing something like that, and we start getting this to be a diagonal. Okay, so let's see how that goes. And then that will complete our wave 5. If I take the Fibonacci tool just to check the equal legs between this A and this B, let's check where that will be in terms of the long-term target here. Take the Fibonacci extension tool from B to A to B. So as far as this one is concerned, the blue box is down here. So we're targeting a minimum here because it's a structural level that we can get to as far down as the blue box, and that will make an expanding, possibly an expanding flat or a running flat. Let's switch everything off here. This is what we're looking at. So if this happens here, well, this is the first target because we expect that there's a possibility that this can do that. Okay, but even if it does go a little bit lower and go into the blue box, that is still fine, and retest the top here. That can make an expanding flat, or it can reverse anywhere and make a running flat. So either way, whether it gets to the blue box or not, it can still form this structure. So this structure is not compulsory. The retest is not compulsory. It does not have to go for this one. It can actually just keep going. Can keep going like that. Okay, so in any case here, we've got an A, B, and a C move. So after this, we can get a corrective structure. And then we continue with the move like that, and that will be our X, and then we continue with another three-way move. Okay. But for now, the trend is down. It's continuation patterns to the downside. You don't do anything else other than sell the pound until it gets down to this level. Until we get down to this level. All right. US dollars are on the daily, it looks so clear. You've got a three-wave move down, three up. Looks like you're pulsing with a move down. Okay. So it may be a three-wave move. If it's a three-wave move, it's going to make a nice double XYZ structure. Okay, so we've got this as a three-wave move here. 1, 2, 3. No, I'm drawing on the wrong spot here. My three waves. Let me start with my three waves because I can't see it clearly with the yellow over it. This is the three waves here. So that makes 1. That makes 2, that makes 3. That's ABC. Now you also have this one that makes 1, that makes 2, that makes 3. You've got here a running flat. Here you've got a running flat. Let me take it off so you can see clearly. Let's mark the running flat first. The running flat is this one here. So in there you've got a ABC structure as well. And then we're looking for this one. So at some point, this one may give us a deeper correction. Something like this, something like that. And then we continue with the move to the downside. After which, that will possibly be the last move to the downside. And then we start the ascent to go to the previous highs. Why would we expect this to happen after this structure? That's because this is the structure that we'll be looking at. Let's have a look here. So it's going to be 3 down, 3 up, and possibly a pulse to the downside. So we don't think that it's going to break in one go here. It may come back for one first before it actually goes to new highs. Okay, so that is the long-term view on US dollar ZAR. So that will be a WXY structure or an ABC structure depending on how this plays out here. Welcome, Busle. Hello, Tope. So short term, what are we looking at? Continuation pattern to the downside. There is news that the South African Reserve Bank may be cutting rates. So that could propel the US dollar against the ZAR to the upside. But for now, this is what we're looking for. You may be getting a move downside. The news could do that and still continue to the downside. Remember, the news don't necessarily change the structure. Okay, it's just short market moves. It's just build the structure over the long term. So this is what we could expect, or it could go all the way. But our stock in the RSI should confirm this move. If this is going to happen, we need to have a candle above the flag. You need to have your stock below 80. You need to have your RSI above 50. Then you look for that trade. Either way, you should have a confirmation. Audi US dollar. Is that expanding flat playing out? Let's have a look daily. So this could be the expanding flat here, but I don't like this impulsive move as a B here. So let's have a look here. I'll update this after the completion of this structure here. Looks like it's going sideways and it's going to push higher. So if it pushes higher, that means this is the low. This is the orthodox low. And that means the swing here, this sequence here would have ended here. That will confirm end of sequence at this stage. So let's wait for the next session and see what we get here. Next couple of days to see what we get here. Corrective structure and a push higher means that this is the end of this swing to the downside. So for now, stay away from it. Let's get more information, and that is the same for New Zealand US dollar as well. Currently building a corrective structure here. So a push higher here means that this structure has completed, and this may push a little bit higher. Who knows, maybe even get us this structure before we drop and make this bigger one. Like that. So not much of a new trade there. Let's look at the yen pairs. Yen pairs, continuation patterns to the downside. Remember this pound yen, the target is 130.66. It's here, previous low here. So you can see we're getting continuation patterns to the downside. Every time we get those, we're looking downside. Here's to the JPY. Made a double corrective structure here. Looks like it wants to make, let's look at this on the 4 hour, see the structure properly. Because this one we looked at it to be coming down. So we looked at this to be a 3-wave move. We started with these 3 waves, and then we thought it was going to go down. So this move did not happen. Makes a 3-wave move. Then it makes another 3-wave move here. So what are we looking at here? Let's see what we get here. So it looks to like it wants to push a little bit higher. It can possibly do this, and then we start coming down. So you may have a short-term trade here. If you look on the daily, let's look at the stock and the RSI. The stock is right at the top. The RSI is above 50. So we could have a trade here at least up to this level. So what you can get here as well is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, retest below the low, and a 1, 2, 3, and then you get a 1, 2, 3 like that. That will give you a WXY structure. And in that case, you're going to get a deeper corrective structure, and that is what you want, because you know euro trend long term on the weekly, we're looking for it to come down. So let's give it more time. If you want to take a chance here, you can take this short trade back to this previous high if this confirms. That's USD JPY euro. Still get a trade from here, still coming down, making a three-wave move. I believe we're still gonna drop. We're not done yet, we're still gonna drop. It's just a pullback. Chief JPY has broken this lower boundary. Watch Monday's video for the structure here. Okay. Now it has broken, continuation patterns to the downside. Let's see if we're gonna get this structure. See if we can get it here. What you want to do here is get a corrective structure, your trade setup to confirm according to the stock and the RSI. Your stop loss should be above the flag. Your target, let's do this. Your target is right at the previous low. So it's quite a bit to go. If you get this, this will be a very nice trade to the downside. That is Chief Audi. Audi still making this corrective structure. We looked at this yesterday to be doing this 1, 2, 3, and could possibly give us the yellow. We're still waiting for this yellow to happen. Watch for it. How do you watch for it? You wait for anything that looks like a sell setup here to take it down there. Then we'll expect a 5-wave move to the upside. Hey. It's Audi JPY, New Zealand. The same. After the pulsing move, we're busy building this structure. Yesterday, I actually thought this was going to make an expanding flat and drop. Okay, doesn't look like that's what we're gonna get. So let's see what we get after it retests the previous high here. CAD. CAD, you still want this to push higher. So this structure, watch this structure. Watch this structure to see if we can get a break to the upside. Let's look at it on the 1 hour. So here looks like orthodox top, a 3-wave move here, a pulsing move. Any correction here, you can take it up. That's CAD. Silver, going as we have analyzed, or to the upside, look for corrective structure like this, structures like this, and breakouts confirm with the stock and the RSI for continuation patterns to the upside. Interestingly, gold is still within that triangle, perceived triangle. It does not look like the triangle is going to play out. I think it's going to be invalidated. It may have been invalidated already. Let's just have a look at it on the 4 hour. The reason why I'm saying the triangle may be invalidated is that this is an impulse and this also looks like an impulse. So even if this plays out and does this, this cannot be a triangle. This triangle is already invalidated. So let's see how this goes. We're still waiting for more information around this. Let's get more information there. Pound chief, pulling back, look for this to complete, it will push down. New Zealand, so New Zealand, any sort of pullback, you're selling. We're still looking downside. Pound Audi, the same. It's another corrective structure. It's looking down. Euro upside, simply because the pound pairs are looking downside. This one has got a pound pair as the quoted currency. It's a euro pound looking for upside, look for corrective structure on the 1 hour. So as much as we are long-term downside on all the pound pairs with all the pairs with the pound as a base, we are looking long-term upside on euro pound because it is a quoted currency in this pair. CAD downside, nothing new there. Look for pullbacks. So when you get corrective structures that looks like this, that's even better. You want this size, because those are decent to sell. Let me show you the ones that are tricky. These small ones are a little bit tricky because this one can just do this correct and take you out. So when it's deep like that, that's what you want. Euro New Zealand, still dropping. You look for pullbacks. Nothing new, guys. We've talked about this so many times. Euro Audi following Euro New Zealand. It's a bit of a pullback. It will continue the drop to the downside. Euro Chief. Euro Chief may be making this structure. I think we discussed this structure yesterday. Maybe making this one here. That will be a nice one because it will be nice and deep. If it happens, we start looking for trades here. What are we missing there? Euro Chief we've done. Bitcoin, not that. That's Brent crude. Let's look for Bitcoin. Bitcoin looking to go into that blue box. We'll see what happens when you get to the blue box. We are very close. We're making correction. We predicted this move on Sunday. Okay, that was going to happen. Let's see what happens in the blue box. Previous week we had this, and I expected that it was going to do that, and then this break below 9,000. So it did not get us this, but it goes us that and that to the downside. Now, any move from the blue box that gives a corrective structure, even if it's on the 1 hour, it's a good move to continue the pattern, the trend. That's Bitcoin. The indices, just one. Any move that looks like it's coming down is pullback. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you today. If anybody's got a chart they've got a concern with, we can look at it. Remember, if you want me to do if you need me to look at your chart, you must post your view so we can look at it. Anybody got a chart in here? Let's have a look here. Let me open up Slack. No new update from Topay. Did you post Chief JPY? Well, we already looked at Chief JPY, which unless you've got a different time frame, let's have a look. Okay, we'll wait for you to upload. I had a direct message this morning. I can't remember where it was coming from. Okay, I don't have anything, and I don't see Wutle. Wutle's upload. To pay, asking if I'm available to answer. I look at your chat. If you don't have a chat, there's nothing to discuss. I need to be giving you guidance on your chat. All right, guys, if there's nothing else, today is Thursday. So I want to give a bit of time. Let me just pause the video so it doesn't become long. I want to give you 2 or 3 minutes just to. All right, let's look. Where am I rushing to? Ray Taylor says tomorrow is Wednesday. I don't know if it's still early mornings for you. We're already on 13:30 p.m. this side, my part of the country. So tomorrow is Thursday. I'm still going to see you guys. Okay, so let's have a look at Wutle's chat. There's so much labeling, too much labeling of Wutle, too much letters. I don't want to see letters. I want to see structures. Let's just try and figure out what you are looking at. I don't really care about all these letters. It doesn't matter to me. It just complicates the chart. Let's have a look though. I'm seeing a red W. Let me follow it with the color that you've used. I'm seeing a red W, a X. I don't see a red Y. Okay, and I see you've got A, B, C. I'm going to follow it with black. You've got this as an A. So you cannot, let's see, you've got an A here. You've got a B here. You get your C. Okay, I'm still looking for a Y. I'm just going to assume that your Y was down here, Buhle. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right. Then you've got 1, 2, 3. But what is this labeling? What are you? Oh yeah, here is your Y. I see your red Y. Okay. Then you've got a new degree in red as black. 1, 2, 3. It's a bit strange. So I could simply be looking at all of these as 3 waves. And as 3 waves, I'll look at the first structure as 1, 2, 3 W, 1, 2, 3 X, 1, 2, 3 Y. Possibly making a running flat and making this structure. That's what I will look at. I'll look at this as a W, an X, and a Y. And you can see that this is very corrective. This is a swing, this is a swing. All right, let's have a look at the rest. Chief JPY still, ABC, WXY. Your Y is here, or is it down here? Or XZ. Okay, you looked at two alternatives, W, X, Y, X, Z. But what about this? Your W looks to be too big compared to the rest. So if I was looking at a W, X, Y, X, Z, I was just going to do this. Sorry, let's do this. W, X, Y, X, Z. Like that. I wouldn't put my W here. Okay, good. So the rest should still be the same. Oh yeah, here is a three-way move. So in this one here, we are on the same page. We are looking at this the same way. Well done. Okay. That is Chief JPY. Daily A, B, C. Well done. We'll say looks good. A, B, C. And that your ABC you're going to call, okay, let's see here. W, X, it could still be the swing down, I would say. It could still be, you've got a three-wave move here, you've got a three-wave move here. So you could be getting a W and X, and this here could still be a Y. Okay? So let's see how that goes. Otherwise, your chart looks good and the principle is being applied correctly. It's just don't worry too much about the letters. Worry too a lot. So here it's much better. You've identified the structures clearly, even though you've got a lot of clutter in letters. But otherwise, this is very good, very good, very well done. So you're looking at this as a B, C to the upside, that is W. And you're looking for this one to be an X, and then your retest to the top there. There's nothing wrong with that view in principle. Okay. And you've got lower time frame where you're looking at this as a W, X, Y, W, X, Y. And then, okay, so let's follow this one here. I don't see the purple W here. Why are you looking at this like that? I don't know. For me, this is one string, W, X, Y. You've got it correct like that. Actually not, there's no relationship with this one. This one has made a three-way move here. Okay, and we have started the move to the downside with 1, 2, 3 here. And then we're looking for it to do that. Okay, we can look at this one as an expanding flat. Maybe just do me a favor, go fix the structures that you're looking at, because I'm guessing here, because I see you've got a W in green here. Okay, if you've got a W in green, this is impulsive. This is a 5-wave move. And you're looking at this whole structure as a green X. So if that is the case, you're looking at this. You're looking at this. And you're looking at, this does not make sense actually. 1, 2, 3. Okay, principle it looks all right, but degree wise, not so much. See, you're looking for this to come down here. We're looking to break down here. Okay, so just try to identify the structures for me. Then we'll look at this one again tomorrow. Please remind me. Where you can improve is to just identify the structures. There is nothing wrong with your principles, and I'm especially impressed with this. Even though I don't really like this one, you are saying this string ends here. Yes, this string this is what you're expecting. I can see clearly the principle that you're applying, it is correct. It's just that when you know degrees, you know that this swing here is actually a three-wave move up to this level. And if it is up to this level, then it changes your whole structure, because this is your three-wave move and not up to here. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say, but the principle is correct. You just need a little bit of experience, but well done, Wilson. Okay, Wilson is saying it's lost. Let's start again. Let's look at your green W. I will look at this as a five-wave move, not as a W. Now, your structure here, you're saying it ends here. If it ends here, it means you're saying your correction starts here, right? Is that right? You're saying this is your W. So if you're saying this is a W, this is your correction if you're looking following the green. Right, but I am saying that this is one swing. The swing ends here and not here. And if the swing ends here, that means your correction starts here. If your correction starts there, that means your whole structure changes. It's three waves down, three waves up, and then you're possibly going to have three waves down. Are we clear now? Good work, though. Good work, Wilson. Good work. So we're looking for this one to keep pushing down here to come and complete this one and retest the previous low here. Great stuff. Well done. Have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers. Bye-bye.